Hello and welcome to Newsfeed, your daily dose of what people are talking about online, from news stories to what's trending. OpenAI just launched their latest piece of AI tech, GPT-4. It's an upgrade of their artificial intelligence chatbot. Sare has been looking at the upgrade and what it actually offers.
Just like the internet, developments in artificial intelligence are marking the start of a new era in technology. The release of OpenAI's ChatGPT in November 2022 was a landmark moment for generative AI research. And for many online, it meant the future had arrived.
This app is about to change everything. ChatGPT-3 is an AI tool.
Already dazzled by the capabilities of ChatGPT, netizens expected so much more from the company's next model, GPT-4.
The GPT-4 rumor mill is like a ridiculous thing. I don't know where it all comes from. I don't know why people don't have like better things to speculate on. I get a little bit of it, like it's sort of fun, but that it's been going for like 6 months at this volume. People are begging to be disappointed.
After months of speculation, OpenAI released the latest iteration of the bot this week. While only available to ChatGPT Plus subscribers, GPT-4 is more precise and accurate in its answers. You can now prompt the bot with images. Not only can it describe pictures in precise detail, it can also answer questions about the image or explain the humor in them. This version of the model can leverage more data and computation to give you better answers. One thing that put people off in the previous model was how often it made factual errors. OpenAI says GPT-4 is 40% more likely to produce factual responses than its predecessor, making this upgrade even better at writing, analyzing, and summarizing content. GPT-4 is far from perfect, however. The chatbot still hallucinates information and can make things up.
GPT-4 is a breakthrough in problem-solving capabilities. For example, you can ask it how you would clean the inside of a tank filled with piranhas, and it'll give you something useful. It can also read, analyze, or generate up to 25,000 words of text.
Just a few hours following the release, Twitter was full of netizens sharing their creations. GPT-4 was used to code games, help with drug discovery, or personify a court case. On the professional playground, many companies have already implemented the latest system for their services. Turns out Microsoft's Bing AI, Sydney, was running on GPT-4 all along. Other OpenAI partners like Khan Academy, Duolingo, and Be My Eyes also released AI-powered updates to their platforms.
Be my fashion advisor.
Take picture. Ask question. A blue sweater with a high neckline.
While some believed the older models of the AI were going to make certain jobs redundant, such as copywriters, GPT-4 could also threaten other professions.
This single demonstration of ChatGPT-4 just killed programming jobs.
So there you go, going from hand-drawn, beautiful art, if I do say so myself, to working website.
Despite all its impressive capabilities, creating GPT-4 was not smooth sailing. During the testing phase, the chatbot hired a human to help it bypass a CAPTCHA test, gave instructions on how to create dangerous chemicals, and offered links to dark web pages selling unlicensed guns. Clearly, such prompts have been excluded from the final product. Although not everybody had the opportunity to play around with the latest AI tech, the release filled Twitter with yet another ethics debate. The latest addition to the controversy? Whether OpenAI is open enough. Many netizens are criticizing the company for not releasing enough information on the data used to train the system or the specifics of its creation. They believe this goes against the startup's fundamental principles of being a research organization. Yet, the company argues that this decision is wiser for all. Speaking to The Verge, OpenAI's co-founder Ilya Sutskever explained why they are keeping their cards close.
We were wrong. If you believe, as we do, that at some point AI is going to be extremely, unbelievably potent, then it just does not make sense to open source. I fully expect that in a few years, it's going to be completely obvious to everyone that open sourcing AI is just not wise.
While we are far from realizing the full potential of this new technology, we can only hope that this guarded approach will lead to a safer tool to make humanity smarter.
GPT-4 was also given props for acing the US bar exams for future lawyers. So are we likely to see AI lawyers in the future? No, the future is already here. Introducing Do Not Pay, which claims to be the world's first robot lawyer.
This is the best use case of AI for consumers that I've seen. World's first robot lawyer, where the AI does the lawyering for you. You can contest parking tickets, sue the big corporations, get revenge on those robocallers that call you and hang up, get refunds and cancel flights. It can even chat to your service providers to get you a discount without you having to lift a finger, because we all know how annoying it is to go back and forth with these guys. It looks like it's very tailored towards the US market. Like here, they can help you break a lease in any state in America. It's called donotpay.com.
But the legal beagles at the Chicago-based law firm Adelson didn't think this was cool. They've proposed a class action lawsuit and is suing Do Not Pay for practicing law without a law degree and without a license. Whatever the outcome, Do Not Pay CEO and founder Joshua Browder predicts a future with AI-assisted law.
I think there will be instant class actions. So right now, the way class actions work is imagine a big cryptocurrency exchange steals all the money.
Imagine.
Well, it's happened many times. Years of bankruptcy and class actions drag it out. And then almost 10 years later, someone gets a check for like $20. And that's what happens with any wrongdoing. The only people that win are the lawyers. In the future, I imagine a world where you didn't even know that something happened. Robot lawyers were fighting for you in the background, and almost immediately they get you the refund or something back. And I think it will create a more just world because the bad people know that if they do something wrong, it might take them 10 years, if ever, that they'll have to pay up. But with enough kind of pressure and technology, it can create a world where consumers fight back almost instantly.
And never comfortable being left out of the spotlight, China too have unveiled their own chatbot. It's called Ernie Bot and was created by Baidu. The web giant admits it's not perfect, but says because demand was so great, it felt compelled to release the product. And the gamble was costly. Baidu lost $4 billion in market share on Ernie's debut. Ernie can generate text, images, videos, speak in various dialects, and solve mathematical problems. Unlike ChatGPT, which was launched to the public to test and try out for free, invitation codes were given to select testers. Companies, though, can apply to embed the bot into their products. It may not be ready to rival ChatGPT, but it could be setting the stage for what looks like an AI war between China and the US. In the past week, both Britain and New Zealand have jumped on the anti-TikTok bandwagon. That's right, the popular video sharing app is getting the boot from ministers and civil servants' mobile phones. Both countries have now joined the US, Canada, and the European Union, who've also banned the app in recent weeks. There's a suspicion the Chinese government could get hold of sensitive data from government phones accessed via the TikTok app. The ban will only apply to government work phones. Everyone else is still free to use the app for now.
Mr. Speaker, this is a precautionary move. We know that there is already limited use of TikTok across government, but it is also good cyber hygiene. Given the particular risk around government devices which may contain sensitive information, it is both prudent and proportionate to restrict the use of certain apps, particularly when it comes to apps where a large amount of data can be stored and accessed.
The fallout after following the collapse of Silicon Valley Bank has made headlines around the world. Signature Bank failed, and even the legendary Credit Suisse was rocked to the core. And while stock markets remain jittery, what about the outlook for tech companies and the startups that SVB championed? SVB was a bank that opened accounts for startups often before larger lenders would even bother. It also lent cash to them when other banks were reluctant because few startups have assets for collateral. A company with barely any revenue and only a few months of accounts would struggle to open a corporate account until SVB came along. So what should startups do now following the collapse of their friendly Silicon Valley Bank? Speaking on Bloomberg, here's venture capitalist Bill Gurley.
My advice is pretty simple, which is that thing we lived through the last 3 or 4 years, that was the fantasy. Sometimes I hear an entrepreneur go, well, as soon as things go back to the way they were, that's a catastrophically disastrous mindset. Assume this is normal. And so, unfortunately, there are a lot of people that mark themselves to market in their brain, at the top of the bubble, but it's gone. Even if something like that happens again, it's 15 years in the future. So you got to recognize what the reality is today, what your company really might be worth today.
All right, on to what's trending. Fashionistas, are you tired of those old, boring fashion shows where models just strut and pose with miserable faces? Well, fear not, because there's a new trend in town that's taken the fashion world by storm. Say hello to stunt dressing, the art of getting dressed in the most outrageous and attention-grabbing way possible, with the aim, you guessed it, to go viral. During Fashion Month, we had Kylie Jenner showing up to a show with a giant lion's head attached to her dress. Then there was singer Doja Cat, who covered herself in 30,000 red Swarovski crystals. And let's not forget Tommy Cash, who brought his bed and face masks to the show. Talk about stealing the spotlight. But it's not just the attendees who are getting in on the action. Designers have also started incorporating memeable clothes and outlandish performances to ensure their designs go viral. From crowd-surfing models to robot dogs, and from fabrics that change color to models on fire. It seems like fashion continues to go to even more extreme lengths to make an impact. So if you're looking to make a statement at your next event, just remember, go big or go home. Now, this job advert is definitely next level. It was advertised on Craigslist by an unnamed restaurant, and while an honest day's work should never scare anyone, this establishment knows exactly what they don't want.
It starts off normal. Looking for a server for a fun, fast-paced, unique bar restaurant. Must be sober on the job, be calm in a fast-paced environment. Okay. Then it goes on to this huge paragraph, and it starts with, please do not apply if you have no sense of humor or can't handle skillful sarcasm, have no alarm clock, oversleep, have a cell phone battery that dies constantly, preventing you from contacting us, have to give friends rides to work later than we start work, call in sick with an excuse because you partied too hard the night before your shift, experience flat tires every week, and suddenly become deathly ill on Coachella and Splash House weekends. You will not last if you want to score social points with a cute patron by giving away food and beverage on our dime with our inventory.
Well, I won't be applying for that job. And that's our show. Find us on YouTube and do subscribe to our channel. Bye for now.